Hey y'all, it's Bagg Lady J, and I'm back with another video. So today I just want to talk about my experience and be very transparent with you guys about what's been going on in my business, because I'm always giving y'all advice about y'all business, so I'm gonna let y'all get into my business. So this week was crazy. Like, y'all, this week has been such a challenge, and I just want y'all to learn from my experience and understand like how to get through these types of challenges and things that I'm currently going through. So I have a transportation company called Cares Transportation LLC, and the worst thing that can happen to a person that has a transportation business is car problems. So I have a contract currently, and long story short, my transmission went out, y'all. I was just like, whoa, like when, how, what, where, what, when. And I just wanted to use it as a learning experience to help other people, because I'm actually proud of myself in the way I'm reacting. And I feel like it's somebody out there that can really understand me and relate to what I'm going through. Because when my transmission went out, I did have my clients in the car, and I just went into like problem solver mode. And I just wanted to talk about that today. Like, when you go into that mode in your business where, or just in your life period, where you're just like, okay, let me solve this problem. We are no longer in 2024 sitting around and crying about issues. We're solving them. We are no longer sitting around complaining and gossiping and going on and on and on, because I feel like all that does is drain your energy. It already takes a lot of energy to be able to solve these problems or to just be able to go out and get things done. So it's no point in wasting energy on things that won't get the problem solved, because I just compared myself to back in the day and now, and I realized that back in the day, like when I was around a lot of people that weren't doing what I was doing, I would have wasted so much time calling people, explaining what happened, giving them the whole rundown. And I just realized that now that I just been focusing on living in the moment, I'm better able to solve problems. So I just want to leave that with you guys. Like, it's so freeing just to live in your own element and in your own energy, even when the people around you are freaking out. Like, I am so proud of myself on how I handled this. And yes, I have had emergencies as an entrepreneur many times before, especially car problems. But now I feel like this is the first time. Well, this is like the second time something has happened and it's been this much of a big deal or expensive problem. And I just want to say I'm proud of myself. You know, in the moment I was scared because this specific thing never happened to me before. But I'm just proud of myself at the way I'm handling it, because I haven't cried about it. And I'm just realizing that I am resilient, and you are resilient too. If you've been in your business for a long time and you keep on facing these challenges, and they seem to happen as soon as you're about to come up and do something that's so important to you. And I can't even give that credit to the devil, because it's really the universe just challenging you. That's all it is. It's just another challenge to see what your threshold is. But it's very hard to be in control or to manage things when you are not in a clear mind state. That's why I just have to reflect back on like when I was younger, and I would have freaked out, I would have cried, I would have pulled over on the side of the road. I wouldn't have wanted to even spend the money or begin to think about, having to start. I probably would have just got my car towed home and just sat on it for a few days. I would have called everybody in my phone, told them what happened so that they can give me advice. But I just truly went into myself. I went into, y'all, I feel like I'm about to cry. Like, I'm proud of myself, because it's like, instead of me calling everybody else, I really just used my intuition in order to solve this problem and felt like everything was going to be okay. And it's so important in your business to trust yourself, especially in your life. Trust yourself. When you feel like you know what to do and it may look crazy to other people, go out and do it. When everybody else thinks it's crazy, when everybody else is like, oh no, that's too much, or that's too much money, or you probably should sit on this, or you should do something else, don't listen to that. You have to listen to the person that's inside of you. Because yeah, I understand that it may feel good. I believe in venting and releasing, but let's solve the problem first. In 2024, let's get these problems solved first, and then we can go and share our experiences with others. But we're going to do it in a constructive way that will allow us to grow, instead of carrying these things and looking at them in a way to where, we're reliving the past. And I'm a Scorpio, y'all. Like, I will look back and reflect so much, but I feel like the most important thing I can do is clear my mind and look forward. Like, when my car went out, I was like, okay, well, Worst case scenario, I just call it Uber. Worst case scenario, I gotta call one of my colleagues or call one of my drivers. And that's not even the worst case scenario. So we also have to realize that when you're in a blessed position, that your worst case scenario is somebody wish that they could have that. So, and not like that, but like, it's just so important to understand and be grateful. I don't like the humble word, but just definitely be grateful and know, like, this is a blessing to even be able to maneuver, even when you do have issues. It is such a blessing to be able to maneuver and to be able to pick between things that you want and to be in control of things to where you can make the decision. So when you go into it and you decide, I'm going to go into this with a clear head, I promise you it makes all the difference, because this could have really scarred me. I brought this car 4 months ago. My other car, I sold it a few months ago because my engine went out. Then I did this other contract where a car was provided for me, and that was really comfortable. So this was really me, like, jumping back into a contract with a big company. So, yes, it was a headache. I physically, you do physically experience symptoms when you're under stress, but it's about how you handle it, because I'm going to go out of this knowing that I'm stronger than I ever was, because, baby, the old me and I just want y'all to take that as a lesson. Like, the old you is so proud of you for how you handle things now, and just be proud of yourself. Even though there's so many challenges and so many things that feel like they're always happening, just be proud of yourself and understand that there is a bigger picture and a bigger purpose to what you're doing. I promise y'all, because I could not get in front of people and say what I mean and feel what I say without actually going through these things, and it really pushes me to be stronger. And I'm trying so hard not to cry. I don't want to fuck my makeup up, but it really pushes me to be stronger, because it's like, a lot of people can't hold that weight. A lot of people can't go through the things you went through and the trials and tribulations. And, nobody wants to go through anything. Don't get me wrong. Like, issues and problems and stress, they are hard to deal with. But when you can really trust yourself and know that you got it regardless of what you're going through, that's so powerful. And I promise you're going to end up on top of whatever you want to do in your life, because it's so important to know and to be flexible with yourself. Because the old me, baby, I would have been so down on myself. Like, I would have told myself, like, oh, this is all your fault, and you should never bought this car, and blah 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 blah, and you probably should have just did this instead, and you shouldn't have used it for this, you probably should have just used it for school, and blah blah blah. And just listening to other people and what they feel and how they think of me. And it's so important to just look in the mirror and know who you are at the end of the day. I did it. I got it. Let's rate life 1 through 10, baby. It's giving 10, because I'm always going to come back, and I'm so resilient that materialistic things no longer have that same effect on me. Because I'm doing this also because it's a passion of mine, and to be able to provide for my customers and for them to wake up in the morning and say, I see you, and I know that you're doing everything that you can in your power in order to show up every day, wake up every day. I know I'm gonna be blessed, and I know you will too. When you run your business out of your heart and you know that you wake up every day and serve these people, you're listening to people's stories, you're meeting different people, you're understanding different people. That is so powerful. And at some point, sometimes we look at the top and realize, like, sometimes the top is really wicked, but you want to know why? Because you're looking at the top of somebody else's mountain. When you look at the top of your mountain and realize that you're in control of this, and you make things and put things in place the way that they're supposed to be, nobody can stop you, because that's really when you get in your bag. And that goes into getting into our spiritual bag. That's when you really get in your bag. That's when I'm really in my bag, because as many games, like, I've had some really big wins, as many wins and games as I've had to take those losses, and I'm equally fair in the game, and I don't mind paying my keep in order to keep on moving forward. So just understand that even when you have to pay that price, you're still winning, I promise you, because bigger doors come with bigger prices. So when you're walking into a bigger door, yes, it may be annoying sometimes, yes, it may be stressful sometimes, yes, sometimes you may not trust yourself. Come on, y'all, I'm telling you, like, the old me, y'all, when this happened, I would have pulled over on the side of the road. I would have been on the phone for 3 hours just crying, hurt, and pity and sorrow. And I really look back, and I'm talking about the 14, 15, 16-year-old me, y'all. I'm 23 years old. So I'm talking about, when I say the old me, I mean, like, when I first started my company, I just wouldn't have been confident that I could have kept going, but this really just made me stronger and let me know, like, okay, well, have all these things in order. You already have AAA, you have the insurance, you have the things to pick yourself right back up, and you have that support system. And don't ever take that for granted, because even if you're paying for it, that's still a support system. AAA coming and stuff, so that you don't got to call other people and stuff, and just having your own back. Just know that you are your own support system, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like sometimes as women, we do get down on ourselves, and we do come on, we're really hard on ourselves about that sometimes. Like, I love being independent. I love having my own house. I love having my own car. I love having my own money. I love it. But sometimes as a woman, you do think like, dang, I really do wish somebody would come rescue me. But you want to know what feels so good? You want to know what feels so good? When you can rescue yourself. That feels so amazing because it's a mindset thing. It has nothing to do with how another person reacts or how another person feels about you, or a man or a woman is supposed to do this. It has nothing to do with that. Because as a man too, like, when you can rescue yourself and know, like, okay, because I was responsible enough to put this stuff together in the first place, and I was even responsible enough to let people know what I needed in the first place. Because I remember when a few weeks ago, I was telling my dad, like, you know, it's going to snow soon. I need this, this, and that. He gave me a whole rundown. Okay, make sure you have ice. Make sure you have a shovel. Make sure you have this. Make sure you have that. And because I was open and receptive to that information, when it does snow, I have that stuff in my back pocket. It's already in my trunk. I'm already prepared and ready to go. So, yes, people can come in and save you mentally in ways where they can give you good information. But it's up to you to use it at the end of the day. Man, woman, cat, dog, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, whoever you are, just know that when you rescue yourself, it's such a great feeling, because that's you learning how to trust yourself, and that's you open up spiritually to having that relationship with yourself, to where you don't always feel like you have to check in with every single person. Now, it's different if there are people in your company, you know, that's different. But I'm just saying, like, the old me, I'm just so proud of myself, because I really would have called everybody, and I would have sat on it for so long. So I'm here to tell you today, stop sitting on it. Be submissive to yourself. Be very submissive in this next season. When you have that idea, submit to it. Open up to it. Open up your mind. When you feel that positive energy, open up to it. And I know sometimes it can be hard, because when you have drama and trials and tribulations, because the old me, nobody wants to go through that. But the new me, I'm like, shoot, well, this is what comes with doing it. I mean, hey, I've seen many people on the side of the road. I've seen many cars, you know, and I'll say a quick prayer, you know, God, please protect them. I saw women walking on the side of the road. That shit broke my heart. And it's like, because I do transportation, I always get that urge to, dang, I want to kind of ride and kind of see if they need a ride or whatever. But because of the circumstances, I wasn't able to, and that breaks my heart. So then when I'm put in the same circumstance, I already know that this can happen to anybody. So just know, even as a business owner, as a person that's just achieving more, just know that these things can happen to anybody, and it's so much better to be prepared so that you can rescue yourself than to have to call everybody else and to have them rescue you. I promise you, it feels so good. And there's nothing wrong with getting help, y'all. I promise you, my dad came through for me. My mom came through for me. Like, my family has been there for me. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, y'all, just being able to still stand after things just look crazy and confusing. And I feel like that's what the test is. Like, I'm telling y'all, I feel this in my spirit. That's what the test is. That's when you were being tested the most. And this isn't tested as in, you know, oh, well, you have to react like this or you have to react like that. It's just you giving out a certain type of energy and receiving a certain type of energy back. Because if I would have caught everybody freaking out, they would have just freaked out with me, you know. And because I was calm and I was patient and I was understanding with myself and with the situation, and I could understand and conceptualize what was going on, it really helped me, because I understand that I have options. So when you trust yourself and when you get into your element and your energy, you're able to put everything in different motions and understand and look at your options differently, rather than having stress and having anxiety and having anger. Like, I really, truly took the time and said, okay, let me breathe. Because it was some scary shit. And I'm going to be honest, like, y'all, I was like, I had a ride in the car. Then today, like, I was driving my mom's car as a backup to go get my ride, and I'm working on hiring drivers now. But y'all, it was just like, you know, it was a whole situation. It was very scary, and I really had to stop, breathe, and make that clear-headed decision. And when I tell you, it made all the difference, because it allowed everything to go from point A to point Z way more smoothly than just reacting and not understanding what's in front of me, and that I have these options. So my message for you today is just be grateful for the options that you do have, the option to be able to keep on going. And I'm grateful that I do have the option to have a support system and to be the center of my system, to where I'm still gonna stand on business. And I want y'all to be proud of yourselves too, because I know it gets hard. But I just want to prepare for the success that's coming, y'all. Prepare, because it's coming. This is just a piece of it. Just prepare for it. I'm telling y'all. And it feels so much better just being prepared. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You get that shit. But yeah. That's all I wanted to say today, y'all. It's Bagg Lady J. I just wanted to leave y'all with some motivation because I'm feeling motivated to y'all today, y'all. Like, y'all don't even understand. I spent money on this car. So this is not just me saying like, oh, you know, I got this car 4 months ago. And, you know, I was already prepared from the moment I bought it because it was a used car. So in my mind, you know, I'm riding till the wheels fall off. And that's just how I feel about just my business, period. I'm riding till the wheels fall off because I know that when the wheels fall off, that's when it's time to fly. All right, peace, y'all.
I put that on the play and that be everything you can't dish. Any, mini, mighty, mo. Catch a nigga by the toe. Get him when I give him back. He hate it when I let him go. Money in the box and I don't touch it. I'ma let it grow. Not fucking with these niggas and he hate that I ain't let him know. Money in the grass. I'm not fucking with a snake.